Guys, by now you should have received our photography guide and picture examples. So here's our video on kind of an overview of this guide and the examples. So I'm Jennifer. I'm one of the owners here at Keystone Home Buyers, and I want to take you through kind of what we expect for our photographers. First thing, most important thing, we want to make sure you're using a good quality smartphone for all of your pictures and videos. I know it sounds funny, but sometimes, people don't have the most up-to-date phones. So I'd make sure if you don't have a quality smartphone that you're using some kind of camera to get good pictures. Second thing, don't let people get into your shots. So often people want to stick in an arm or a leg or just kind of walk through while you're taking a picture or video. Make sure that they're out of the room or that they're out of the house as you're doing that little walkthrough. If you need to take it a couple of videos at a time, that's fine as well, just so that you can make sure that people are kind of transitioned to and fro. The next thing, zoom out as far as possible and get detailed pictures. So if this means standing in the corner of a room and on your smartphone, making sure that you're zoomed out so that you can get that wide range picture, that's what you want to do. Now, when you're on the outside of the house, make sure you're taking pictures of the property from the road so that we can see the driveway, see if there's any damage to the front yard, as well as up close on the front, the back, and the sides. We want to make sure that if there's any damage to siding or maybe there's some step cracks in the brick, that we know what those are and that we can prepare for estimating them. Now, when you're over there, we want to make sure that you're taking pictures during the daylight hours. So make sure that the sun's shining. If it's raining out that day, make sure it's still a little light out so that you can take good pictures and we can actually see the house. We want to make sure that if there's any cars in the background or, junk that's laying around, sheds, that we can get a good quality picture of them and know where they're at in accordance to the property. Now, if there's also some land with the home, make sure you're taking pictures of, the backyard and the front yard, as well as doing walkthrough videos. So videos are very important, and a lot of times they get left off because everyone's just trying to hurry up and get it done. So make sure you're doing a walkthrough video of the outside and the inside of the house. And more so than anything, we're just trying to get an idea of the layout, or maybe something that you might have missed while you were taking pictures, we're able to pick up when you provide us with the video. Now, pay attention because sometimes there's repairs and issues like loose gutters or loose siding, the step cracks on the brick, water damage on the sheetrock inside the home, carpet that's been tore up, things like that. So make sure you get up close pictures of that as well as the wide room view as well. So with that, take a few pictures of the windows and the exterior as well as the interior of the windows to ensure that if something is broken or screens are busted out, we have a good idea as to what's needed. Now, whenever we're taking pictures of the utilities, we want to get the HVAC, hot water heater, the electric, wells. Sometimes there's a little house outside the house, that's the well house. And so if you get a little picture of that, just so we know where it's at and kind of what to expect. Now, these are not always going to be in great condition. Sometimes, there's going to be electrical ripped out of the electrical box. Sometimes the HVAC is going to be missing. So make sure that wherever it's supposed to be or wherever it was, that we get a picture of it so that we know what exactly is going on. Now, I don't expect you to crawl into any basements or crawl spaces. But what I would like is if you're able to go as far in as possible, or if it's a crawl space, just open the door and take a picture from the outside, inside, so that we know if there's a lot of junk under there, if there's water, sitting water, maybe a river flowing out of it, so that we can kind of determine what else is going to be needed. Now, if it's a basement and it's kind of stairs going down, sometimes they can be flooded. Sometimes, they're full of stuff. So just get the best pictures that you possibly can from as many angles as you can. Now, when you're inside the house, make sure you turn on all the lights and your flash. I know that sounds a little crazy, but it definitely brightens up the pictures. And a lot of times the pictures, we're using them for our contractors, gauging estimates, sometimes for our realtors. So we want to make sure we have the best pictures as possible. Now, with that being said, we want to take at least 2 pictures of every room. So that's bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, laundry area, dining room, you name it. We want a picture of it. And what we would ideally like is a picture from each angle. So if you're at a bedroom, a picture walking into the bedroom, so from the door going in. And then, if possible, getting a picture of you going out of the room. So maybe in the corner or maybe just inside. Sometimes people have a lot of stuff, so we got to make do with what we got. The biggest thing is zooming out on your phone so that we can kind of see, especially if they do have a lot of junk. And then sometimes there's tight little bathrooms that we can barely fit into. So just making sure that you get several photos at that point. So sometimes 2 is not enough. So take as many as you can so that we can get a good idea of what all is going to be needed as far as repairs and what's in good shape. Now, last but not least, the easiest part of it all, we should have provided you with a link to upload the pictures to. But sometimes it's not always that easy for everyone. Sometimes people struggle with it, and that's okay. And so if you have any issues uploading the pictures and the videos, please make sure that you email them to clientcare@kcghomebuyers.com. And if you have any questions, please make sure you reach out to your client care representative. If you have any questions about pictures, there's also the picture examples. So I know it's one thing to say, look for damage or get a wide angle. It's another thing to actually have examples of what to do and what to expect. So here's a few pictures of kind of what we like to look for and what we kind of expect from you.